Good morning. I know Mita Radhakrishnan and Tapas de Rousseau since many years. As you know, Mita has a master's in political science. She has a university degree. And Tapas has a long experience of working with autistic children in France. They have joined Auroville experiment many years ago. And they have been in Europe several times, also by my house, in my house, and they have met Dr. Tomatis, the founder of the very known Tomatis method. They have followed intensive trainings in Belgium and in France. And they are today, in my opinion, the best specialists in Asia of this method. Now, what is this method in very short? Tomatis has discovered a very simple but genius idea. You cannot pronounce what you have not heard. It means, if you want to learn Chinese, you cannot pronounce that Chinese sound if you cannot hear that very sound. Let us say a Spanish person cannot hear U. The Spanish person will pronounce U. They do not, because they do not hear U. So the whole of Tomatis method is to work on the way to listen. It's a school of listening. If you want to go and to be taught a new language, they begin to help you to listen to that very same language. So this method is really important for all the schools and laboratories for language learning. And in Asia, I have not the impression that this is developed so much. So they are forerunners for that very method in the whole of Asia, and certainly also in India. I hope that they will be able to spread this among the schools of language schools all over India. What is also interesting is that this very method helps in a very particular way to join autistic children in their isolation. Through sound, there seems to be, through that method, a real possibility of breaking, of diminishing the isolation in which those children are. And this for India could be very good, because the Indian government until today has not been able to do so much for handicapped and autistic children, and it's a very good sign that the Indian government participates in the funding of the construction of this language lab. The third aspect is that many language labs are more of the technical side, and they perhaps sometimes forget the dimension of the soul. If you want to learn a language, you have to be able to touch, to feel, to intuit, to intuitively feel the soul of that culture. And that's the third aspect in which Mita and Tapas are really also innovative. It's naturally in the context of Auroville, which is a place of spiritual research and spiritual experimentation. Those are three important reasons for welcoming the creation of this language lab in Auroville. But there is a fourth reason. The fourth reason is that they have chosen a very interesting, innovative architect called Nimish Patel and another one called Parul Zaveri. Those two architects are very advanced in India in the research in sustainable building. They also are forerunners. And they have conceived this building as auto air conditioning. It's a building where the circulation of air is organized in a way that cools automatically the building. So they will need very few electric power for air conditioning reasons. It's an almost sustainable building. Now, they have also been innovating in the materials. And the most interesting here is the lime that they use to put between the bricks. This lime is created mixing lime with little plants, little nuts from this region. That has to maturate for weeks and months, and then that lime is ready and it becomes extremely hard, but slowly, takes a few days. So there is a special method of construction needed. For all those reasons, I think we can welcome this experiment and this building as a step towards interesting innovation. Thank you very much.